What's going on? This is Sly Tiger with Sly Tiger Survival, and I just got back from Grand China Buffet, which is some damn good eatings. So, Red October sent me a video by the Yankee Marshal, funny dude. He's talking about he believes that the revolver is superior to the semi-automatic pistol, and Red October wanted to know my opinions on that. Well, I'm definitely, not the pistolero. I'm no tactical instructor, and I sure as hell am not gonna tell everyone to, be ready for, running gunfight between ISIS and shit, every day. I mean, it could happen, but it probably won't. It won't. Not with us. They'll go to a place with innocent people and mess them up. But anyway, what do I believe about revolvers versus the YouTube cool guy gun, the Glock 19? I think for most people, revolvers will suffice realistically. A lot of times, if someone even pulls out a gun, you should be prepared, of course, to shoot when you do pull a pistol out. But I've noticed 8-digit Pixel, shit, I forgot his name. I was talking about how a lot of people walk around and they're ready to kill people in 0.5 seconds. And I believe that in most situations, just pulling out a pistol, a lot of times, for most people, not every situation, will deter a negative situation. But there are crackheads, there are meth heads, and there are evil people, whether or not they're drugged up or crazed. This situation dictates, and that's the thing with the whole tactical beard community of guys. When I was in the army, they would what if till the sun came up. And, we can what if, forever. I honestly like the semi-automatics, but I like revolvers. I don't own a revolver. The only revolver I've had was a little shitty North American Arms 22 Magnum. The one I had was a junky, rusty ghetto gun. But I believe for most people a revolver would be plenty. Joe Primal was talking about, how you can conceal it and fire from, it concealed in your clothes. Unlike semi-automatics, there's a lot of advantages that revolvers have one up on semi-auto. But I believe overall the semi-auto trumps revolvers. But revolvers are kind of like a bolt action. It's like, in my opinion, saying a revolver is obsolete is kind of like saying the bolt action rifle is obsolete. To me, the revolver is like it's like the pump shotgun. I guess you can say it's antiquated, but it does fill a role, and it does have a purpose. Like an assassin pistol, a close confined self-defense pistol. They're simple. There's a lot of shit that revolvers are good for. Now, a lot of revolvers, I don't know of any revolvers that have safeties, but I don't know that much about revolvers, to be honest. But I do know that, a lot of people will get a revolver, but they won't get a Glock because the Glock doesn't have safety. Well, the Glock is definitely, especially the 9mm, the internet cool guy going out there. I would honestly feel perfectly adequate with a 40 caliber Glock. I think I would probably feel best with 14 rounds of 40. But I would not feel undergunned with a Glock 19. But if it's just a one-on-one, like most situations, realistically maybe 2-on-1, or even 3-on-1, I would not feel that bad with a 357 Magnum revolver. But if I was in an area like a lot of crappy communities they'll try at stoplights and where, you know, places that they sell drugs on the side of the street. They'll try to rip you out of the car and stuff if you don't have your doors locked. And yes, there are neighborhoods like this. I would probably rather have a Glock 19. The situation dictates, you know, you can one up someone and what if till the end of the world. But I think for most people, for realistic self-defense and a camping self-defense pistol or an Alaskan self-defense from, you know, big game pistol, predators, whatever, a revolver would suffice. Now, if you really plan on getting into some nasty, you know, end of the world, fight for your life, gunfight, I would probably opt for the semi-automatic. Now, people do get confident in having more rounds, and people will, you know, not care as much if they miss. But, you know, capacity means a lot, but, you know, the revolvers usually come in powerful rounds such as 357 or 44, kind of like bolt action rifles, you know. Someone that has a bolt action rifle is most likely, you know, going to use, unless it's a 22 or something, as a backup for prepping in, you know, like a medium powered rifle cartridge or something like 308 on up. So with a revolver, I would get one in 357 so you could shoot 38 special. But I think the revolver is more than adequate for most realistic self-defense situations. But would I carry a revolver over a semi-auto? Probably not, since I already have semi-autos. But if I, you know, was in a sketchy situation and I had a revolver, you know, unless it was a bunch of guys, a bunch of gangsters or something, I wouldn't feel undergun with a 5-shot revolver, even in 38, if it's just one-on-one. Or a bear, I would want something, of course, bigger than 38 special. I'd want the 357 Magnum. But yeah, I guess I proved my point. You know, any gun's better than no gun, but there are a lot of shitty options out there. But you know, I think, you know, the Glocks are a little bit better, but I really think, like, the guys that shoot revolvers, if you ever see these competition shooters, like the cowboy shooting, the guys that can run revolvers have fucking skills that I never see in semi-automatic shooting. You gotta watch this shit. The guys with the lever actions and revolvers, you'd be amazed at what these guys can do. So that's one thing I will say about wheel gun guys, is they have some fucking skills and they can do some shit. So you'd be surprised. Kind of like a pump shotgun. A guy that's good with pump shotguns can run them like faster than a semi-automatic shotgun. Look it up. You know, it all depends on the guy, the gun, and the whether the guy's a badass or if he's a fucking Barney Five. So everything, you know, dictates. But that's one thing I'll say about revolver guys. They fucking, when they're good at it, they have skill. Thanks, and take care.